Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I saw on your story actually. So what other...
Zach ordered a bunch, hey man. Right?
Yeah, he ordered 18, I think. No, 10. 10. Yeah, 10 each flavour, that was it.
What's the biggest, what do you think is the bigger seller? It's 50-50 for me, so it's weird. Because I thought one would outsell the other, but it's 50. People seem... All right, so we're here at in Las Vegas. And James came over just to train with me. Just to get a little workout in, but this was an aspiring pro bodybuilder at one point of his life.
Yeah, one time I was watching Jay on
Aspiring bodybuilder to businessman.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so a couple warm-up sets. I'm just gonna warm it up a little bit. So on this, I like to keep the seat a little lower.
Yeah.
That way when I come up, I really can squeeze the chest. Like that, all I'm thinking about when I go through the motion on this is really contracting the chest.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm focusing on getting the best pump I can. That's gonna determine how effective my workout is.
So you verify success in
Yes,
your workout.
because I don't, at my age, I'm not pushing for weights. Because it's kind of foolish to do that. I don't think ever in my career I've ever judged things by, I always challenged myself with weights because I knew what I could do for X amount of reps. But with this, I'm just really, by the time I walk away from this movement, the goal is to have really good blood flow and then move to the next movement. So it takes me around 12 to get, but you'll notice when I really go through the motion, I squeeze, right?
Yeah.
And I'm really judging on how I can feel the chest contract.
I suppose it's weighing up like that risk-reward factor, isn't it? Is it worth it pushing that heavy weight and possibly getting injured?
It's not, but you can push a lot of weight if you're smart, the way, you know, your body can handle it, but, and I'll still go heavy. I mean, sometimes I work up to 4 plates, but it's just not necessary sometimes, you know?
Yeah. I see you like almost emphasize the stretch at the bottom as well.
Just like to feel it.
Yeah.
I like to feel the movement. Remember, these weights are half of what I used to do now. I mean, I'd normally go to 3 plates or whatever, sometimes 4 if I was feeling good, but it's not necessary. I'm pumped right now, so, you know, we'll move to the next one after this set and just see. I start opening it up more. We'll do a fly movement, open the tissue.
So is that how you do your exercise selection? So like off feel essentially?
I'm gonna go by feel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go by, and see, it's a little crowded in here, so it's gonna vary what we pick and choose. Normally I'm not training in gyms this busy. I trained last night at midnight. There weren't that many people. All right, so push it out now. 8 to 12 reps. One. All right, so listen, James, I want you to use a weight that you're gonna do the first set 12 reps with. So whatever that is.
12 reps or?
No, I want you to get a feel. This is called a feel set. Okay. So this is gonna be we're gonna do 1 set for feel and then 3 sets of working set. You notice I don't go to failure, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just stimulating. Because I do so much volume, I don't really go.
How many reps do you leave?
3 maybe.
Okay.
I could probably do 3 more.
There is quite a big topic at the moment in the UK, like called RIR, reps in reserve. It's like caused a bit of controversy, but it's interesting to see that
You either train with low volume and heavy to failure, or you train high volume and go very few sets to failure.
so like a Dorian style.
That's
or,
heavy duty training. Like
Yeah,
that's low. That's like 9 sets max. Where I'll do 20 sets of body part usually.
yeah,
Maybe not today, but most of the time 20 sets. So I'll do that, flies, pull over, another press movement, machine.
And when you were at your peak, what would you say was the main movement that laid on the tissue for your chest?
Flat dumbbells. I never did barbells.
Interesting.
I did, but I never did when it was needed.
Okay.
Once I got to a level, I only did dumbbells.
Yeah.
Very safe.
Yeah, I have seen you pushing some big weight on like an incline on YouTube. I think everyone's seen that at some stage. You had like 4 or 5 plates on there, yeah.
But I don't push. I stopped doing a lot of barbell. That was like when I was on the road in Iceland. I think I did that.
Yeah. You were
It was away. Yeah.
How much cardio are you doing?
30 minutes every morning when I walk.
Yeah. So I was about to say, you're still in real good shape.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna get in crazy shape here. We're coming up now.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna get in really good shape. A little bigger and a little leaner, and
Okay. When's that for?
I'm gonna do like a transformation thing.
That would do well with the brand as well. You could like document the whole thing.
I'm about 245, so I'm probably gonna go to about 260 and be. I can do it pretty easily with food.
I think that's where Jay's business mind comes into play. Like, it's something that the others don't really have.
Right.
In my opinion, anyway. I just finished my degree. I graduated, and a big part of that was like consumer behavior in business. I think one of the reasons why you've been successful is you understand consumers better than normal people. Like, you understand their buying habits, the patterns, and things like that.
Well, the thing is I was once the consumer.
Exactly, yeah.
So I was that guy. Like, I never had expos to go to, but like I was like, man, what would I ever do if I got to meet like one of these people I saw in the books? And I always said, like, if I ever become famous in that realm, I'll always be me.
Do it right, yeah.
Like, I'm still a fan of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love it. So I understand people like someone like you that maybe aspired to be a bodybuilder and then found a business opportunity and used your love of bodybuilding to get into something. Obviously you study supplements a lot more than I do. Like, I mean, I'm still learning a lot. It's funny because as a bodybuilder, you just take stuff because you hear, okay, it works, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of my fans, 90% of them would just say, all right, Jay, what do you take? And I tell them, I take this pre-workout, this pump thing, okay, I'll take it.
Yeah.
They don't ask what's in it.
Yeah.
They don't understand the whole thing. They don't ask, oh, did you test it? Did you use it? How long did you know?
Yeah.
So,
See, on the flip side, like you said, I wanted to be a bodybuilder at one stage. I really did. But then I realized I actually, instead of having a love for like prep, don't get me wrong, I love nutrition and training, but the whole like show side of things isn't really for me.
yeah.
So I fell in love with the supplement side more so, and just the way the ingredients can manipulate your body to make a certain effect just blew my mind, and like ever since then it's been a passion.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy is 10 years ago, 20 years ago, the products have changed dramatically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at my line and it's a nootropic line, right?
Yeah.
So it's more like clarity, focus, instead of the heavy stim, right?
Yeah,
which was popular. Which some people still like, I want the stim. I don't care about the brain function and the tunnel vision stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is like, there's so many detrimental effects that come with the stim, like loss of appetite. You know how important that is when you're trying to get big. Like damaging your central nervous system. Like nootropics are there to get you focused and in the gym without giving you those detrimental...
burning your adrenals and all that stuff.
Yeah, without doing that. You know? Like you don't want that, otherwise you're going to fade out eventually. That's what I did when I was younger and I used to compete. Yeah, because I did about 7 shows, a couple national shows when I was like a teen, and I used to cane the stims, and I'd be so lethargic and just like drained. So.
All right, so what we're focusing on here is he's really low in the seat. That's important with the chest up. So he's really getting under the chest and really squeezing. This is a contraction exercise. Good, come on. Come on, push a couple more reps. Half reps if you have. So what we're really trying to do is we're pump up the muscle, get the expansion, and then we open up the tissue, open up the fibers, and that's how we're going to continue with the blood flow. And that's the ideal. We took Amplify as our pre-workout pump, and that's going to give us a better blood flow, the hydration in the muscle. It's going to give us that more pump factor to what we want to do. And like I was mentioning earlier in the video, I judge my workouts by how pumped I get. If I'm not getting a pump, I didn't eat right, or I didn't take, and no supplement's going to automatically give you a pump if you're totally not eating enough or you're super dehydrated or whatever else. So it's important to drink a lot of fluids and supplement the supplements into a great diet and nutritional regimen. Okay, so there's no secret to it.
It's really cool what Jay's just said right there as well about hydration, sleep and food, because that's what Amplify actually does. It amplifies those aspects. So there's a hydration complex, there's a nitric oxide boosting complex, and then you've got a creatine HCl complex, which has been seen to not only increase muscle power and get you stronger in the gym, but also partition food. So the glycogen that you're taking in from carbohydrates, that's going to get shuttled to Jay's muscles as well as ours, the consumers who takes Amplify, and it's going to give you a pump by 3 different mechanisms. So that's what you see manifesting from this, and then his principles alongside that, you've got a crazy pump on the way.
You think at some point you're going to have a gym inside your facility? Is that your goal?
Yeah, eventually. It's like I'd love to be able to do content there, I think Doug's doing that. And I think I know a whole host of people are doing that at the moment. I think it's just such a good thing to do.
See, I don't think I ever want that.
Really? I suppose like the gym was work back in the day.
But you know what it is? I'll be honest, dude, I don't think I ever want a big facility.
Oh yeah.
I want to do all fulfillment. I don't want to deal with the logistics of the shipping and, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the overhead's very.
I want to travel,
Yeah, big overhead will weigh you down. But, I suppose it depends on the size,
It's funny because I only want my company to be so big and it's growing a lot faster than I wanted it to,
It's because you're passionate about it.
I like it. I love the work thing, but, dude, I worked my ass off. I would if I can manage it right. The problem is I'm kind of a control freak, so I like to be hands-on with a lot of stuff. But I'm very happy with the way things are growing now, and it's profitable. But I know as I get more SKUs, it's just going to be harder.
I think that's the big thing these days, right? Profitable. Like a lot of people think they're profitable, but they're not, and it shows. Things don't go according to plan a lot of the time, and 9 times out of 10, because they're working off margins this big, and that's not a sustainable long-term business model. Whereas you've obviously proven, how many years you've been in the industry now, and you've been doing businesses throughout all of it. The price is a price for a reason, to keep that long-term growth. do you? Why the stop start?
It's my technique, bro.
Ever since you started, you had that.
So I get the stretch right at the bottom.
Yeah.
I come up and I get a contraction to get that really peak.
Yeah.
I have to double pump to get it up. And it worked for me. That's how I developed my calves. I had no calves at all.
Well, if it works.
So it works and everyone tries it. Some people take it on, but others just go for that peak.
So when you see me next year and I have massive calves because I've been doing this,
It works.
that'll be why.
Every calf
ebook
movement I do
coming
the
out.
same, even seated the same.
Ebook coming out soon.
That means you're watching the videos.
Yeah. This brand, like learning, this whole nootropic thing, like I felt like I'm kind of ahead of a lot of stuff. So like, I know some people are doing it, but I feel like I've got a good jump on it already. You know what I mean?
I'd agree. There's a lot of people that try and do a nootropic formula, but it's not like a true.
I don't want to sell out, you know what I mean? So I'm not looking like, I'm not doing anything to like, oh, I got to make margins and do this and that. I mean, of course, when I look at products, it has to be cost effective, right? So when I know, okay, this can save us 50 cents by cutting this, and it still has to be compliant too. But I love the fact, you know what I love is helping people. So like I'm doing this Cutler Club thing, and dude, it's unbelievable. The J Mail is unbelievable. Like, to be honest, like that free J Mail, which is building my brand indirectly, I'm not getting paid off of it, is the best thing I've done. I don't look at financial reward as like, oh, this is how I dictate how successful things are. If my brand, if I can still have 3-hour lineups at the Olympia or anywhere I go, to me, I'm like, okay, I've been retired 6 years. I haven't won the Olympia in 9. How am I still getting this following when I'm not active on social media like some of these other guys? I'm not constantly posting. Like I said in a live feed, I said, listen, I laid off a little bit because if I don't have anything decent to post, I'm not just going to post it to post. I'm not just going to sit there and sell product all day. If I feel like selling or whatever, or saying, hey, this is up, I'll introduce a new product, show me trying them, and off to the races we go, you know? But everything I do is real. It's not like I'm mixing a drink and I'm throwing it out the window. Like I'm actually using the stuff.
That's reflected in the brand, right? Like your passion comes through in the brand, you can tell.
But you know what's funny is I was concerned. I went to get a blood test like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see, because I've been testing everything, right? A lot of product. I test everything. And I'm like, man, what's my blood? And everything was good. So
The thing is, it's all, like you said, it's compliant. Like you're using natural extracts. You're not slamming in crazy stims in there. Like you're doing everything right.
there, but it's not.
It's not crazy though. Like you get some. We have some on our site that are like 400. Like that's crazy. You got 250 in yours.
Offset, right? Yeah.
So it's really not that bad at all. Most people consume that daily anyway.
I think it's
He likes those corny ads, huh?
He does the same shots in every